Welcome back. Only 2 days ago, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was keen to share the World Health Organization, the celebration of the 75th anniversary of its establishment. Egypt, as usual, is a pioneer, and when it comes to health, it is the wealth we have. And we had such a fruitful cooperation between us and the World Health Organization through the years and decades. We even hosted the regional bureau of the World Health Organization since the 1950s. And in fact, the World Health Organization hailed many health presidential initiatives in the field of health, particularly 100 million healthy lives, and also the will and the determination and efforts exerted, and it ended with fruitful results with eradicating hepatitis C from Egypt. And this initiative also moved not only from Egypt, not only applied in Egypt to be accurate, but also it moved to many African and Asian countries. To shed more light on this health file, we are very much delighted to be joined via phone with Dr. Hoda, Rezkana, Professor of Intensive Care at Qasr Al Ain University and former parliamentarian. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Rezkana. Hello? Hello? Seems that we do have some technical difficulties, but we are going to try to return back to Dr. Rezkana. As I said, this was an important speech. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was keen to send many messages regarding the investment in the field of health, and he called on world leaders to invest in the world of health, in the field of health. Investing in human being is the most precious kind of investment. To have a healthy person, a healthy citizen, this means good economy, good culture, civilization, to guarantee a good history, a good future. And it's not only for us, and it's for the coming generations. We are writing history. The presence of today, the present of today is the history of tomorrow. And he also lauded the fruitful cooperation between Egypt and the World Health Organization, and particularly, as we said, in many initiatives which were implemented on the ground. The 100 million healthy lives initiative took place, and it really achieved successes. There are a lot of success stories regarding this initiative. Now we can see easily that we do have the awareness, we do have the culture of being all the time aware of our health, of the threats, of all the kinds of threats or dangers we have, particularly after the pandemic, after COVID-19. Celebrating this year's anniversary of the WHO really came after hard times, difficult times, which were witnessed by the whole world, maybe for 3 years or less than that, but still the whole world is suffering from the very negative repercussions of COVID-19, not only with the lives we really lost, but with the economic repercussions. And until the moment, not only developing countries, but developing and developed countries are suffering from them. I think we return back to Dr. Rezkana. Dr. Rezkana, hello, a very good morning to you.
Very good morning to you, the same. I hope you enjoy Ramadan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hoda. Happy Ramadan to you. And as I was speaking about celebrating the 75th anniversary of the foundation of the WHO, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi had a speech or a message sent to them, and it really hailed and lauded the fruitful cooperation between us and the international organization, and how the WHO hailed the success of this presidential initiative, 100 million healthy lives. How do you see the vision of the WHO or the reaction of the WHO toward this initiative?
Well, there is a lot of admiration, of course, and feeling that we have a unique experience among the countries here in the Middle East. So this initiative is very touchable and very successful in achieving its goals because President Sisi was starting this idea, and he was stressing since it's almost 1 year, and it was like everybody was wondering why, and it was the idea that this is a very, very important initiative among this, universal, uh, you know, there was a kind of worries and tension about this COVID and the after effects of the COVID. And we can see that this initiative also touch many diseases here in the Middle East, especially in the Egyptian woman. And he was very smart to start the initiative as it is a weak
And the
point.
eradication of hepatitis C, for example, I mean, this was a real threat, a real
Yes,
danger. It was a lethal weapon against our health. The
yes.
Egyptians, and not only in Egypt, as also I said, the initiative moved through Africa and also to some Asian countries, meaning that we are pioneers when it comes to health.
Of course, because this is a very, very critical point. Health is very, very important among the people and the people in the countries in Africa and all over the world because they were trying to imitate our experience, of course.
Yeah.
So this is a very unique experience, and I think it works in Egypt also because 100 million initiative is a very, a sensitive and delicate issue to start with, but it was a very successful to try to evaluate and treat and abolish this diseases which is spreading in this area from the world. And
And
the thing that,
yes,
yes,
I'm sorry
the
for the
thing,
interruption. And to add to what you have just said, Dr. Rezkana, also to put an end to the very long queues waiting for surgeries. Now there
yes,
is no
yes.
more waiting lists, and this is another important side of the coin. If you please elaborate.
Well, as a medical MD, of course, my work indicates a lot of success in this program. That we are trying and doing the best for every patient. So what we say that there is no waiting list, there is no patient is suspended for the waiting to stay and to be in the hospital without any treatment, but it was like a beginning of a new era in the service of the medical field. And it was like also an issue. There is a lot of failure in the health system in England and in France also. So they were starting to wonder why we are not like in Egypt. So one of the doctors said to me, I feel sorry that we are the one, we should be a model. I said, sometimes you have to listen to others' experiences.
Yeah.
So the experience of President Sisi regarding the health of the Egyptian woman and also the idea itself, it was a brilliant one to start, and also to start treating the woman in Egypt is very, global effect because woman always is the leader of the home and leader of the family and the leader in everything. So we
And
get
now,
a
now there are other initiatives regarding the treatment of chronic diseases, for example. Now there are initiatives, as you've kindly mentioned, regarding the health of women and to know how to spread awareness regarding how to examine herself for breast cancer, for example. And the early detection is one of the main factors behind, inshallah, the full treatment or to be completely cured. Do we have this culture nowadays? I mean, do we have now the amount of awareness which should be found on the ground regarding regular checkups, regarding the importance of early detection, regarding how to live with chronic diseases?
Well, as a matter of fact, it is proved that here in Egypt, the people they have the idea and they have the experience also to ask and to know the signs and symptoms, to start asking about why this and why that. So this is questioning the issue is very important, and also they know how to palpate the mass in the breast or in their body or under the arm or in the neck. It's a very, very conscious step to teach the people and to help in early diagnosis.
Yeah.
Because the lady, if she examined her body and found something like small, even coin-like or bead of, beans, she will say, okay, I have to check this. So she go and run to discover and take a biopsy and try to diagnose this. So this is helps a lot to eradicate a lot of cases from mastectomies and removal of the breast and all that painful steps the women were suffering from. A lot of that's why I can see this is a very successful experience, and also a lot of admiration among the international world and on the international organization like health organization, which is make us a model of the health and the cure system we should initiate all over the world.
Yes, amen to that. And to add to the initiatives which are already implemented on the ground or started already, the initiatives for dedicated, especially for the students at schools, to make sure that our new generations are going to grow up healthy. And this is including or covering a lot of issues, the audio, the visual impairment, in the growth hormones, the growth problems. And to what extent do you think that this is something which is going to have its results, fruitful results and impacts on the health of the coming generations?
Well, as a matter of fact, this awareness is very, very experiencing positive results, because why we have to wait till the child will complain, and why we have to wait till early diagnosis and early detection of chronic diseases, of chronic blood changes, or if there is anything which enhance or be disabling the growing child from being healthy in the classrooms of the sports or his attention in the class and all that. There are a lot of signs and symptoms which indicate there is something wrong. So being aware and being also conscious about all these signs and symptoms is very important in the early diagnosis, and it helps you to treat step by step, because we are not facing a sudden huge problem. So we know about it and we are prepared to this. The issue that we have to check it for among the other sectors in our student generations, that the private schools and private universities should file the same steps like the public one. So we have to start having a look on this sector, because maybe they are not taking all the steps necessary to have a complete vision for their students and for their, results, because they consider it's okay. Sometimes if you say that I have a fever, they insist you have to come and make the exam and do whatever. So maybe this is very strict line, but I can see that we have to take care of such a private sector healthcare program, which give you an idea about the sector of this generation
Yeah.
and how we can make achievements through these people who
All what
are.
I can say or end with, Dr. Rizana, is that health security is one of our priorities nowadays, and even our head of state said or called on world leaders to put health security as one of their most important priorities.
This
Well,
is a very, very honorable call from President Sisi, of course,
amen to
and
that. Yes.
very smart to start
And
talking to
on
the
time, coming
international.
after such difficult times when we were all suffering, the whole world were suffering from the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Hoda is Anna, professor of intensive care in Qasr Al Ain University and former parliamentarian. Thank you very much for your input and have a very good day. Ramadan Kareem. Right after the short break.